Starting. What's up, y'all? Boogie Night here, and welcome to something completely different, but still the same amount of craziness as per usual. As always, I am joined by my partner in Snark, the other half of the Snark Squad herself, the awesome Rae. What's up?
Not much. How's it going?
Not too much. Welcome to the first ever episode of Chasing the Train Wreck, the show where things piss us off to no end, but we can't stop talking about them.
Behind their back. No joking.
So pretty much in short, just our day-to-day conversations.
Yeah.
So. I mean, I'm not complaining because, when you and I snark on things, it's much more amusing.
Yeah. We have a shared sense of humor, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, if I can get you to acquire a sadgasm, all the better.
Well, I mean, maybe someday. In that department, though, you still know.
I mean, that's... Ho-ho! So, we've been talking about this for at least a month now, ever since my Off the Rails episode. So, I kind of feel like what better thing to dive into for tonight's flagship Off the Rails Chasing the Train Wreck episode than our favorite discussion, clout chasers. Some people don't like that word moist. I think that's kind of what it does for us.
It's not the word, it's just how people act. Like, the fact that when someone's clout chasing, that's the feeling I get is when someone says moist. I mean, I don't think moist is a bad word. I don't cringe at the word moist, but
you almost said you don't get moist.
I do get moist. I get very moist. No, but like how people react when they hear the word moist is how I react when people are clout chasing on the internet. So.
Well, I mean, we live in an age that it's like there is a title and affixed to every little action that we do. And I think that's the hardest part, is differentiating between actually trying to learn and grow versus, people that are just like, senpai, notice me.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, so basically what it comes down to is there's genuine people and then there's people who are in it for their own gain. There's people who are, I don't know how to say it. It's like there's people, so many people are on the internet trying to get famous. What's the word? They're trying to go viral. They're trying to get, clout. Like, they're trying to get views and just, yeah, there's people who will do anything for that. And then there's people who just want to do it for a hobby, So.
Well, it's funny you actually mentioning people just doing whatever they can to go viral. Now, I don't know if this is true, but apparently, this is hypothetical because, once again, I haven't checked the background. That chick that did the coronavirus thing on TikTok where she licked the toilet seat, apparently, you didn't hear about that?
No, I heard about it.
Apparently, the end result was she was on a very private airplane, and it was just recently sanitized, so she knew that she had nothing to fear, and she was getting upset because apparently Corona was getting more attention than her. Now, once again, this is extremely hypothetical. I haven't double-checked the sources. I just saw this today, but it was actually retweeted through a reliable source, so I think this person usually has a 2/3-digit IQ. But still, if this is a very true situation, I think that she has a special place surrounded by bullshit with the rest of the politician turds.
People who do stupid shit like that, they clearly just want attention. Like, they clearly want the views and to go viral, and she did, but for the wrong reasons. And that's so stupid because they say in Hollywood show business, there's no such thing as bad publicity. But it's like, do you want to be remembered for something that lasts for a while, possibly even your whole career, or do you want to be remembered as the girl who licked a toilet bowl seat? It's kind of like a few years ago, there was a girl who went viral for eating her own tampon. Yeah, that was pretty disgusting, but that's how people remember her. That's how people remember her by, is eating her tampon. And even though it might have been fake or whatever, it's up for speculation, but there's people who will do there's people who degrade themselves for 5 minutes of fame, and that's really sad. You know, like if you want to be famous, you shouldn't be famous for something negative.
Well, I think sometimes people do that as their genuine platform. Like if you look at people like Filthy Frank or iDubbbz or even H3 in some cases, like that was how they got famous, was by
I don't
doing
know.
stupid shit.
I don't know who any of those people are.
Okay, well, just take the name Filthy Frank for himself. Just take that title by itself.
Okay.
I'll let you do the math.
I'm assuming he did something filthy, so.
Well, I mean, I haven't watched too many of his videos, but his whole platform was based upon going outside the box, like Jackass or CKY, like just doing stupid shit.
I don't care for people who do stupid shit. I just pay them no mind, honestly, because that's not how you get my attention. Like, and I'm not trying to sound like I'm
Shaking your cane at people.
Well, I'm not trying to sound like I'm God's gift or anything, but like I just don't have time for people who are like licking toilet bowls and shit. Like it's just stupid. Like,
Oh,
like yeah, you're a fucking idiot. You know.
I mean, mind you, TikTok by itself is a whole different breed of clout chasing because I think, it's,
That's me.
with all due respect, Mad.
Yeah, no, always on TikTok. It's annoying.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
I
think TikTok, by and large, being the fact it's a descendant of Vine, is kind of its own breed of clout chasing. Like, if we really had to kind of parse clout chasing, I think it would be like live streaming and YouTube on one platform, and then TikTok/Vine on another one.
Well, wasn't it Musically first, and then Vine,
Yeah.
and then TikTok
No, it was
Yeah,
at the same time?
I thought Vine was a different platform, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vine is like different. I don't know.
Mine was a different platform.
It's Musically that was first, and then TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. Because the only thing I remember at Vine is that kid going LeBron James for like 30 seconds.
There's some good Vines, but that's another platform that I don't care for. So I'm not hip with all the kids today. I'm not.
Dude, don't look at me. I'm the old man on his porch shaking his cane at people when they go by.
I'm just happy to be on YouTube, honestly. And if anything, if I ever do become famous, which God, I hope not ever, I'd want to be for gaming.
No, it would be for you just completely just raging at Britney Spears' dance. See, Maddie agrees with me.
I do.
Well, at least I'm not licking toilet bowls. Like, come on.
Well, I mean, it is kind of a shitty game to begin with, so boom.
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
But you're talking to a guy that plays Dark Souls.
There was another guy who what did he do? He licked something.
The toilet seat?
He licked the toilet seat too?
I think. I looked up girl licking the toilet seat.
Well, he did the coronavirus challenge as well, and he ended up getting coronavirus because of that. So he kind of had it coming.
Yeah, but we're also talking about as people that will eat Tide Pods in order to try and gain clout.
Well, there's kind of like there's different types of clout chasers. There's people who try to expose other people. There's people who do stupid shit on the internet. And then there's people who do the whole notice me senpai thing. Like, some people we know.
I ask you what your definition of clout chasing consisted of.
What's that? You went like robotic on me.
Okay. Yeah, no, because I was going to ask you what your definition of clout chasing actually was.
I mean, like I said, there's different types. I mean, you can clout chase in many ways. Do you remember back in like, what was it, last year, in 2019, that girl, Bianca Devins, when that guy killed her and then posted her body on Instagram and shit? Like,
yeah, I remember.
People were reposting those pictures of her for clout, saying that, like, watch the beheaded video here and blah 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 blah. And it was like,
people were also saying like R.I.P. Bianca.
Well, I mean, no, but like people were using those actual photos of her for clout, and it was like, this girl just got murdered, and you're like exposing her body for fame. Like, that's.
Did you not hear about that?
My mom's in the room.
No.
She was like 17. She went to a
Yeah.
concert. The guy like slit her throat, and then
What is wrong with people?
he was gonna kill himself, but he posted her photos on Snapchat and Instagram, and then people took those photos and then they started putting it on theirs for money and fame and shit.
Clout.
For clout. It happened.
Well,
That's the world
then
we
there
live
was
in.
there was that one couple now that actually was
Oh, he
saying
went What now?
Sorry. No, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
My mom has been talking to me. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
But
I
yeah,
was just thinking because there was that one other article, I forget where I saw it on. It was an actual confirmed news article about a couple. The guy was holding a dictionary against his chest, and he was having his girlfriend shoot a gun at him point blank, saying that the dictionary could stop the bullet. Shocker, it didn't. But this was actually recorded, I think, to YouTube or to one of the major platforms.
Yeah, I don't know, because there's always going to be stupid people. There's always going to be people who use other people to get what they want. And then there's just people who are desperate for attention. Like, that's how I narrow it down. Like, so people who use other people for clout would be like, the Bianca Devins thing, like, using someone else's death as a way to get big, which is, I think, the worst of it. And that's by far the most disrespectful. And honestly, if any of my friends posted someone's body for clout, like, I would instantly just unfriend them. Like, that's not acceptable. And then the most pathetic is the people who, are begging for attention, who claim to support people, and who claim to support people, and they actually don't, but then they guilt trip you into doing it because you deserve it more.
Oh, I know the cum sprout you're talking about.
Cum sprout.
Hey, I had to use that word at least once.
But yeah, there's so many different types of clout chasing, you know what I mean? It comes in varieties.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I hate to say this, because I feel like, I'd be hypocritical on that one. But I mean, while we all want to be able to, promote ourselves and get other people to check us out because it widens our audience base, I just feel like there's some people us is when it's like, notice me, click this, like my video, subscribe. Hey, if you've gone to subscribe to Patreon, give me money. Why not? Sounds reasonable.
I mean, I think to a degree it's okay to promote yourself, but like when you go on to other people's Twitter pages or when you go to other people's Instagram pages and then you start promoting yourself or their videos, that's the worst. Is when you leave a comment. Yeah, when you leave a comment on someone else's video, say like promoting yourself, I think that is just so tacky. Like that's not how you want to promote yourself. Like, I mean, if someone shuts you out, that's one thing, but to like go on someone. I think last year or a few years ago, I don't remember, like, there was a guy who would literally, he followed me on Twitter, and literally every tweet I made, he would respond with his link. And it got to the point where I was like, dude, you kind of need to knock it off, because, I'm getting annoyed seeing your link all over my Twitter, and, like, I'm not going to check you out if you just keep spamming yourself. And he replied to that? By posting his link.
With a link.
I blocked him. So it's like, dude,
Are you sure it wasn't a bot?
I don't know. Do bots do that? Do they have fake YouTube channels?
Oh, okay. I mean, just like the Twitter person that was posting the links.
No, it was a link to his YouTube channel.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. It was just like. Yeah.
No, yeah. Every tweet I put out, he would reply with his YouTube channel link, and then I told him to stop, and then he replied with a link. So I was like, "You're done. You're blocked." So.
Yeah, definitely a cum sprout.
Yeah, there's different types of clout, and either way though, it's so annoying and tacky. It really is. It's just or desperate and sad, or just cold-hearted.
I mean, let's just kind of parse through this just a little bit. Like, let's start with like the one, like, before we get to like the really, really aggressive ones, the first category I want to talk about briefly is those people where their only interaction with you, whether it be on Twitter or Discord or someone else, the only time you ever see anything from them is just because I've told you, we've talked about this myriad of times, that those people that are like, they'll post 3 tweets on Discord or on Twitter, or 3 messages on Twitter being like, donate to me on Patreon. Go check out this video. My video is coming up in 3 days. It's coming up in 2 days and 12 hours. I'm like, dude, are you trying to win the lottery? Calm down.
It's like, yeah, they hype themselves up for something that no one cares about. Like,
Oh, I hate that. Now, I hate that word hype.
well, I'm sorry. Okay, so it's like you're moist. So it's just like, I hate. I mean, okay, so there's nothing wrong with like promoting yourself and putting yourself out there. Like, hey, this Friday, me and Boogie are gonna live stream. You know, that's one thing. But then to do it every day, be like, hey guys, 2 more days, we're gonna be live streaming. 3 more days, we're gonna be live streaming. I bet you're so excited for this. Like, they hype themselves up for something that's not even that big. Like, let's face it, we're small YouTubers. Like, not everyone is interested in our content, and we're not these huge YouTubers that a lot of people think they are, you know? So I always feel really weird when promoting myself, because I only like to put out like one tweet or one thing out, but like to constantly shove it down someone's throat that they're going live, or, you know, it's just like, it's I don't know how people can just do it. I guess some people really want to get famous on YouTube. Others are more realistic that it'll happen if it happens.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's once again, I mean, I'm like you. I get nervous when I promote myself. I do it on Twitter. I do it on my Discord page. I mean, obviously, I tweeted twice, or did 2 tweets about us, because one for when we were watching the movie, and the second one because I'm like, wait, we're actually doing the podcast now. But it was just more kind of like for shenanigans' sake, as opposed to being like, you know, hey, Rae and I are doing this magnificent project, when everybody knows it's just the 2 of us bitching for like 45 minutes to an hour.
Be like that, yeah. So, but
Hey,
yeah,
I mean, I know a couple people are excited.
but
But I say a couple people are excited. Some people are getting moist over it.
yeah, I'm very moist. I'm joking. But no, like, it's just, I don't know. I just something I've noticed being a small YouTuber, though. It's just a lot of people, they hype themselves up. They make themselves seem like they're bigger than they actually are. In their minds, they're more famous than they actually are, and it's like, the rest of us are just like, hey, you know, if it happens, it happens. In the meantime, this is a hobby. Like, I can't see myself doing YouTube in my 40s. I might be, but I can't read the future, and who knows what life, you know, if anything, I want to be a writer more than anything. So it's like, I don't see myself gaming at 40 on YouTube. So it's like, if it happens, it happens, but no rush. But there's people who are taking this so diehard seriously. That's my phone.
Wow.
It's Power Rangers. And it's from Billings.
That's what you're.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't. I mean, mind you, I'm going to be 40 in almost 3 years. So I mean, I don't know. I probably will be still gaming when I'm 40.
I'm not saying it's bad to be on YouTube at 40. I'm just saying I'm only 27. Okay, I have all my 30s. I don't know what the future brings for me. And if I'm still on YouTube at 40 gaming, that's totally fine. But that's not my like main desire in this world. Like, if anything, I want to put up books, you know, but there's nothing wrong with being 40 on YouTube. I'm not saying that's bad.
I was going to say, because you realize you're pigeonholing Meowjit and Minion.
Oh, come on. I don't mean it like that. You guys, stop it. I just mean...
How does your foot taste?
Pretty good, actually, because I live
No. So your feet squirt before you do.
What?
I said, so your feet squirt before you do. I see how it is.
And all the foot fetishes that are watching this. Anyway.
Giggity, giggity, giggity,
No,
giggity.
don't get in the video.
No,
Don't.
Ew.
Okay, guys. Everybody is like in my face right now. Go away. God.
Oh my god, all the pressure.
God damn. Okay, anyways, let's get on with
Good lord.
the show. My brothers, my family, just everyone is in.
Hey, you know you love me.
So yeah. Let's
Anyway, so okay, so that kind of digs the first part. I mean, and the second one, it's like, I guess to continue with the hype train, it's the people that will just, I guess, for, you know, keeping with the darker, like, hype themselves up. Like, for example, yeah, I do have one of the pages promoting yourself. So if you've got a video or you're going live, you feel free to post a link. That was one of the things I've always tried to do. However, if that is your only interaction with that community is to hype yourself up and not engage, that boils my piss to no end.
Yes, exactly. When they have no interaction with anyone else, they're not even engaging, like they're not trying to make friends, but they're like, hey, you should donate to my PayPal. Why aren't you donating to my PayPal? Like, I think you should donate to my, like, that's so stupid, dude. Like, I honestly would, you should, well, for one, YouTube should be about networking. So you should be networking for one, building relationships too. Like, you want to make as many friends as you can. And if not for the views of your YouTube channel, but just in general, because you can always use more friends. You know, like, and you never know who has connections to who, you know, like you never know if by befriending this person will open the doors for something bigger. Like, and I'm not saying you should use people for the recommendations, but you just never know, you know. You should always network and you should always make friendships or relationships, you know, like you should always be putting yourself out there and being a part of the community and being active and showing support. You know, you can't not show support and expect it, and that's not how YouTube works, and so many people don't realize that. And it's like, even till this day, I still get like DMs from random like small YouTubers, like smaller than me, and they're like, hey, thanks for the follow, you should check out my channel and like and subscribe, blah blah blah. But it's like, you know, when I was first starting out, I would actually take the time to watch people's videos and comment on them and let them know, hey, I checked your shit out. And it's like, no, you absolutely do not have to subscribe at all. I didn't ask you to. I'm just saying I checked your stuff out and I did like it, you know? And I think a lot of people just don't realize that you can't grow or get to where you need to be if you're not showing support as well. It's not take, it's give and take, you know? What you put out, you receive.
Exactly. Well, I mean, that ties into the whole sub for sub or these let's grow together pyramid schemes when it's when you know for a fact, and let's not even talk about some these let's grow together pyramids. How, statistically speaking, how much of those, you know, retweet, support your channel, and let's grow together, how many of those do you think will actually create engagement on your channel? Because I actually will bring up the algorithm in a second.
I can verify it doesn't, because when I first started YouTube, well, okay, so I can kind of understand where people are coming from, because when you start off on YouTube and you're on Twitter, they always tell you, you know, you should do the sub for sub things because that will help you grow faster, like support for support, and it's like they don't tell you it doesn't work, you know. That's why I said, like, you should actually get to know people and you should branch out and make friends, you know. It's like that's how you do it. But sub for subs are just, hey, this person has a channel, subscribe. But they don't actually take the time to watch your videos or leave comments, or like they don't want to get to know you because they have the same goals as you do, and that is to grow. But the thing is, it's a bunch of people who want to grow and not show support who are subbing to each other. And a lot of times when you do subscribe to someone, they unsubscribe from you because they didn't plan on supporting you in the first place, you know?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, and it's funny you say that too, because there was, back when I was streaming back in the day, about a year or so ago, there was this one. Say again? I didn't even hear what you said. You roboted on me.
You said back when I was streaming, it was like back when the dinosaurs roamed the earth.
Exactly. Back when we had Abigail. Fuck you. There was this one cove who liked one of my streams, and he DM'd me at one point. He's like, hey, I'd love to get your opinion on, you know, my stuff. And I'm like, okay, cool. So, you know, we started talking. He started following me on YouTube and Twitter and Twitch. And then the minute that I subscribed to his YouTube channel, he unfollowed me immediately on all 3 platforms. When I knew he unfollowed me on Twitter just because I was going through a cleanse, I'm like, okay. So by that statistic, I checked everything. He cut me off at the pass. So to me, that's just like the biggest middle finger in the air.
Dude, that happened to me too. I won't say who it is, but it's another very popular, well, within our small YouTuber group on Twitter, like, it's someone who's well known, but like fucking
Mhm.
I made a video and he made a comment and he's like, this just gave me so much more respect for you. And he was like, I'm gonna sub your channel, follow you on Twitter, blah blah. I was like, that's cool, thank you. When I subscribed, he immediately unsubscribed me, and like the guy's a total dude bro, so I unfollowed him on Twitter, and then he took like he wasted no time on following me back. So it was just, I was like, like I like to watch people first before I subscribe. Like even now, when these small YouTubers are like, can you check my channel out? I'm like, yeah, I'll check your channel out, but I'm only gonna subscribe if I like it. And you do, like, I am not forcing you to subscribe to me, but like, yeah, when I subscribe to someone and then they immediately unsubscribe, it's like, well, fuck you too, asshole. Didn't like your content anyways.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and here's the thing: is going back to the networking thing, because I do want to talk about the algorithm in a second, because there have been some recent changes to it. There was a YouTuber that I saw a few random tweets from, and I noticed we both like Dark Souls. So, of course, me being the idiot nerd that I am, I immediately started checking this person out, and I thought like, okay, whatever, I'll leave a few comments, blah blah blah. I don't expect anything, and now we're friends. Even though under no pretense did either of us actually say, just because we have this one commonality, we should like, comment, subscribe, and do all this stuff, because it's this unwritten, it's not even unwritten. It's just an agreement that if you're going to like, you're going to do this. It's like when I did my Off the Rails episode. People are going to do what they want to. We don't actually have to yank their chain and strong arm them into doing things. And it boils my piss to no end that people think they are the ones that split the atom.
I mean, and that's the thing. The friends I have now, you and Meowjid and Bubbly and Ramsey and like Will, like these are people that we didn't do this up or sub. We just kind of like met, and then we ended up liking each other, and then I just ended up liking their content too. Like it's just, I think what a lot of new YouTubers need to realize though is that you're not going to get support by just doing random sub for subs or support for support, because that's not how it works. When it comes to networking, you have to get to know people.
And here's the thing too, going into the algorithm for a second, we're focusing exclusively on YouTube because I don't know too much DLive or anything like that. From what Sinvicta has told me, or has told in one of his recent episodes, because, well, Sinvicta's my authority on everything at this point, now on YouTube, it's not just subscriptions and the number of likes that help you become algorithm friendly. It's now actual engagement, leaving actual physical comments is also now going to be a deciding factor in how you can pop up in search engines. It's not just now you did a view, it's also contingent upon all these other factors that actually show how popular you are. So going into that hypothesis, if we're talking straight up about an extreme microcosm that's going to affect you in the long run.
Well, and it's just like, a lot of people don't realize that though. I knew that like way early into the game. Like you needed views, you needed subscriptions, you needed comments. Like it's not just views or subscribers anymore. That's not how it works. And it's like, yeah, it's just like a lot of people don't realize that too. And then it just, and then it like really boils my blood how people, going back to the whole like genuine support versus, support for support, like you can tell who's not genuinely supporting when they leave like very simple comments too. I mean, sometimes I do that too. Like I am not like, what's that?
No, go ahead. I cut you off.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, I'm usually really good about leaving nice detailed comments with timestamps because I want to show people that I've actually genuinely watched their videos and I really, like these points. Sometimes I do get lazy though, because sometimes I've got something else going on, and I have to leave a very simple comment, but, I still watch all the videos through. I've watched 7-hour live streams all the way through just because I was showing support. But then you have people who, like, on Meowjid's channel, leave comments before the video has even premiered. And they're just like, hey, great video. That was awesome. I really enjoyed it. And it's like the video hasn't even started.
The quantum leapers.
Right. The video hasn't even started. How was it a great video? What was your favorite part? Tell me.
Yeah. At that point, I'm kind of like, are you Gordon Lightfoot? Could you read her mind? But
yeah.
I just
But
okay. It's category 2. Now let's really kind of just go. Let's go straight into the one that we know we're gonna rant the most about, and that is the passive aggressive Catholic confessional douchebag that will do the Machiavellian thing to do whatever it takes to get you to follow them, and I would crawl naked through burning broken glass to get my hands around their throats for 30 seconds.
that was quite the exaggeration. But why don't you lead by start? Because I got a lot of background noise.
I'm sorry. I won't bitch.
I can't hear my friend.
Shut up.
God.
We're friends?
Somewhat. No joking.
It
Anyways,
happens.
why don't you lead by start?
No, I mean, it's just, I'm not going to name names, but we all know this particular pubic louse that I'm talking.
What's
You know
that?
the one I'm talking about. I say I'm not going to name names, but there's that one particular pubic louse we all know about that we talk about on a regular basis.
Yeah.
There used to be two, but I eventually got so sick and tired of the first one that I'm just kind of like,
Well, let's talk about him too, but the one we're talking about, yeah, I actually, as of yesterday, I unfollowed him on Twitter and Instagram because I was just so sick of it. I was so sick of the fake like the fakeness of it. Like, genuine support is going to someone, like, is interacting with them, becoming their friend, liking their tweets, for example, watching their actual videos and commenting. Like, show genuine support. And if you don't have time for it, that's fine. We all have busy lives. But you know what? Like, you can't just do like a shout out train with all these different names and then call that support. It's not support if you're just shouting someone out. Like, I never do shout outs unless it's for a very, very special reason. Because I don't think they mean anything. Because the only thing you're shouting out is like, the only thing that you're giving them like support about is making them visible to other Twitter users. But like, that's not going to get people to watch your videos, or I can't explain it, but like, it's just not.
no, I know what you mean, and I know exactly what you're talking about. And mind you, I do occasionally, but these are people that I genuinely like and support. I will watch
Yeah,
their videos on a regular basis.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, the people I shout out are my friends and people that I genuinely enjoy and have a good time with, because I know these are people that I genuinely want to like put the spotlight on. Like, anytime you live stream, it's like, thank you so much, so and so, for showing up. That was so amazing of you. Or when I did my International Women's Day tweet, I tagged all the women I knew because those were some awesome women that I know. It's like, these are genuine people that I want to show that I appreciate and support as friends. But like, when you just have like 3 or 4 threads of names without any context in it, that's not support. That's just a like a mass tagging of people. You know.
It's like that idiot text I got the other day from that random person saying, if you don't tag 20 people, 20 other randos, your mom's gonna die in 20 days.
Dude, I hate that. I hate that too. Like, oh, that's even worse on Facebook though. Like,
Oh God.
on Facebook, I get that all the time. It's like, I'm a beautiful, confident woman. Post your 5 favorite selfies and then tag 5 other beautiful women. And it's like, I'm not gonna do that. You want to know why? Because I don't need validation and support from people that I don't interact with on a daily basis. It's like, there's a difference between. Well, there's a difference between, like, how would I say this? There's a difference between putting the spotlight on someone and then actual support. And just because you tag someone in a tweet doesn't necessarily mean you're supporting them. It just means you're kind of putting the spotlight on them. Because I could tag you in a tweet, but that doesn't mean like random people on Twitter are going to go to your YouTube channel and watch your videos. Like, that's not how it usually works.
Well, I'll leave your Facebook thing. I'll take that one step farther. Those people that on social media go, "Can I get 500 likes for this?" I bet I couldn't. Frowny face.
Oh my god, I know. Or like okay, so I have a couple friends who do this, and I'm not shitting on anyone here. Not trying to shit on people too hard here, but like I also hate that
Thank you for
people who have,
clarifying.
like, well, I hate when people like put their goals in their like names and their bios and stuff like hashtag road to 1,000, hashtag road to 5,000. It's like that doesn't like that doesn't it's not I don't know how to describe it, but that's so aggravating because it's like you're only making yourself look more desperate, I think, honestly. Like
Yeah,
you
you're
don't
painting a target on your back.
it's like and the people who are just like I my goal is to get 500 subs before January. Can we make this happen? I'd be so grateful. And it's like that's not support though. You're just telling people to subscribe, but you're not gonna get the support. You're not actually gonna get the
Yeah.
views or the comments or the engagement. Like you need so much more than just subscribers. People don't know that.
Yeah. Now, mind you, I'm not trying to discount people from hitting sub goals because I think that's a
Not
great
at
way
all.
to challenge yourself because it means being consistent with your material. It means
Exactly.
developing and cultivating a relationship with your audience. I think that's going to mean hell. For the first time, second time, the second time I've actually done a sub challenge for myself. Will I hit said goal? I don't know because it's only 9 subscribers, but at the same time, it's pushing me to get outside of my comfort zone to be more assertive with me trying to promote myself beyond single items, one or two. However, when people take that to an extreme level, particularly this passive aggressive, guilty fashion, absolutely is uncalled for. And if one person politely, even politely, calls them to task on it, their zombies will come out in force to crucify them.
There was a
Let's
guy. There was a guy when I first started YouTube. I'm not gonna name his name, but it kind of is similar to my ex's name. He when I first started YouTube, he made this like post on Twitter about how there was no point in doing this anymore because nobody's watching, nobody cares, and all of a sudden the subtrained Twitter people were like, this it like they're like, come on, guys, let's come together and show this guy that this is, he's meant for YouTube and we can do this and blah blah blah. And his channel like skyrocketed because of that, because he put out a pity vote or a pity tweet that got him all these subscribers, and now he's like in the thousands and he's like doing good because he basically cried about it on Twitter. And it's like, really, dude? It's like, are you that desperate? Are you that desperate that you have to like make a pity tweet and then like? I don't want to cut you off or anything, but it's like I have goals too. Like my goal is 500 subs because I've already passed 50 and 100. But it's like I'm not going to put that in my name or my bio. People are free to subscribe or
No.
unsubscribe if they like, but it's like if people unsubscribe, that's only going to make me want to work harder. Like I'm not going to put up. I'm not going to put that. Yeah, I'm not putting that burden on someone else to reach my goals.
No. The only reason I create goals for myself is because I want to challenge myself to cultivate and try and find ways to reach out to people. I'm not asking for pity, nor am I doing this backhanded thing saying where I am this positive force that wants to show love for his non-existent community and then suddenly turn it into, by the way, if you actually have one shred of good in your heart, like, subscribe, retweet, give me money.
You deserve this so much more than I do, but I do it for you because this is my community. That is subtly making people feel bad. That it's like actually subtle manipulation, if anything. Like it's very subtle manipulation. It's like I'm gonna give you all the attention that you want and deserve, but you know what? I'm doing so much for you because I love you that you should kind of feel guilty for it and then support me in return. It's like it's so stupid, like. Yeah, I know what manipulation looks like. I've lived with people who manipulate, and that's one of the most basic forms. It's like, I do this for you because I'm so selfless. So.
It's the martyr complex when you think about it. Like, they're willing to fall on their sword because they want to be compared to Christ. I mean, there's this. Okay, I don't think you've ever heard of this particular. Sorry.
No, my
I
dog's
don't think you've
fighting.
heard of this particular. Oh God. Have you ever heard of the YouTuber Prince E?
No.
So, from what I understand, Prince E was a former YouTube rapper turned motivational speaker, but a lot of what he's said and has done has been basically manipulation without citing actual valid sources. And the two people that called him out were actually, their videos were taken down and were actually DMCA stricken against because they called this person a task. And even though he claims he's going to be this. Say again?
No. Just keep going.
Oh. Where their videos were taken down because they called this dude to task. And it's the same case with some of these people because they're like, oh, well, that's so guilty because I'm this positive person and you're invading my territory.
Yeah, Will has actually called this person out as well on Twitter, and like he denied it, of course, but like, yeah, when you call someone out, there are legions of the zombies attack you for it because they don't see what is going on. Like some people are so vulnerable, like they're so what's the word? Easily manipulated by it because they don't see they see him as a nice guy or see her as a nice girl, but they don't see the underlying like manipulation basically. But it's like when you call them out, they then get attacked because they're being honest about it. And a while ago, I was being interviewed by this guy, and I called out someone live, and they're like, "You probably shouldn't have said her name." And I was like, "Why not? Why shouldn't you call someone out on their behavior?" You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like if you see someone, okay, so like, if you see someone harming a child, are you just gonna sit there and watch it happen? Like, or are you just gonna like, what are you gonna do about it? You know, like, you should call people out on their behavior.
Well, I mean, there was the whole Kitty Genovese thing back in Boston, and that, I don't think you know that story, but
Which one?
Kitty Genovese up in Boston, like back in this, I forget what era it was, but it was even before I was born. Long story short, Kitty Genovese was a young woman in Boston who was murdered in an alley in broad daylight, and everybody that saw it walked past without saying a word because they thought that somebody else was going to do it.
Exactly, and that's the thing is there's people, because in talking to you and Will and other people, we all see the behavior, but no one wants to do anything because there's going to be backlash. I mean, that's the sad thing about calling someone out is there's going to be backlash. But the thing is like, oh my God, shut up. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think, just to kind of wrap it up, because we've been talking for almost an hour now.
Oh, holy crap.
I think, yeah, it's been almost 49 minutes.
Did we tackle all the points, though?
I think we covered all the bases, but I think the big thing I want to wind it down is, why do you think people do all this? Is it desperation? Are they Machiavellian? Do the ends justify the means? Are they so focused only on the micro that they don't see the long-term repercussions, the hyperbolic discounting? I mean, what is your thought process on it?
Well, I think like I said, there's three types of people. There's people who are doing it as a hobby, who don't expect to be famous or rich. That's pretty much where we're at, because I don't, there's people who see it as a hobby, but they could see it potentially growing into a career, which that's fine. And sometimes that can border on the third one. But then there's people who just see YouTube as like a quick, easy cash grab. Like if you do it, you'll get famous overnight. And it's like, I think those people are the ones who need a reality check, because you don't get famous overnight from one YouTube video,
I mean, there are rare cases, because it has been documented that Markiplier and Jacksepticeye pretty much became almost overnight sensations because of the PewDiePie shout-out, but that's not to say that both of them didn't work their asses off after the fact to keep that going.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, though, is they were already making content before PewDiePie shouted them out, so it wasn't like they just started YouTube channels because he shouted them out. Like, they were already established. And that's totally fine. And like you said, yeah, they kept working their asses off after they became big. And I'm not saying it's not possible to grow overnight, because some people do, but for a lot of people, they have to work at it. They have to keep working at it because, you know, like when you're a small YouTuber, a lot of people don't really care, and you lose subs faster
Yeah.
if you're like inactive for a week. So, you know.
Yeah,
It's like
and that's the big thing that. Go ahead. Sorry, I cut you off.
I was gonna say I was inactive for a month and I lost 10 subscribers, so I know how it is. You know? It happens.
Mm-hmm. Well, now, I mean, I had a chance a couple of years ago to interview Sinvicta, and I really picked his brain about what it takes, quote unquote, to make it in the YouTube industry. Since that is his career, he's almost at 150,000 subscribers as we're recording this, and he told me flat out, it's consistency. That's the only way you're going to make it big. Releasing content on a regular basis, in regular interaction with your audience base. If you have a chance to reply to every comment, do it. Networking with other
I watch
content creators,
Oh wait.
but don't trust a snowball's chance in hell that you are going to suddenly become famous at the drop of a hat, because it can always be flip-flop. It is a sword of Damocles. The more famous you get, the more that sword is precariously hanging over your head.
Yeah, and that's another thing though, is a lot of people don't realize is that when you do get famous or make it big, like you're sacrificing a lot of shit too. Will has a
Mhm.
mutual friend. Well, not a mutual. He has a friend who made it big really fast, and it hit him hard. So he lost a lot of stuff because of it, and he's not in a good place right now. I don't even know what he's saying.
Mhm.
Right. God. But yeah, so it's just.
Well, I mean, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say sometimes fame comes at a price.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you hear this from other YouTubers. John Wolf, formerly known as Harshly Critical, has talked about this a lot of times, is when you actually become career YouTube famous, you don't get a break. You have to go 24/7 constantly. And even if you want to take a break to go on a vacation or go to, say, all the myriad of conventions like Twitch, PAX, VidCon, you have to have pre-recorded content to compensate for the fact. So if you're gone for more than 2 to 3 to 4 days, the algorithm screws you. And once again, I think people don't see this long-term effect through the hyperbolic discounting, because they think, I'm going to get paid to play video games or cook or do this or do that, whatever their dream is, without seeing what the long-term effects are.
See, and I don't want that. I don't. That's the thing, is I don't want to be YouTube famous. Like, I don't want to lose my freedom or my life, my personal life, because of this. You know, like, that's the thing that scares me, is I do want to grow. I do want to grow, and I do want to, like, you know, I want to see where this takes me, but I don't want to be so like famous that it's a 24-hour thing for me. This is just a hobby, and I want to keep it that way. You know. And that's the scary thing too,
Yeah.
is a lot of people aren't ready for that, and they try so hard. They try so hard to push for that, but they're not ready for it, you know. And that's another thing that's kind of sad
Yeah.
too.
I mean, and I don't know if you ever watched the YouTube channel Down the Rabbit Hole with Frederick Knudsen, but a lot of his things are YouTubers and content creators that made it big very suddenly, and they didn't know what to do, and it just was this, like the stock market, it's climbed, and then suddenly it hit this plateau, and then it just crashed because they didn't see. And I feel like a lot of clout chasers are merely seeing this because they're riding the train, and they don't know what's going to happen when it hits the station, but all they can say is, all right, we're building steam, boys, and then suddenly they crater.
Well, and then it's like a lot of YouTubers who've been around for a while now, they run out of ideas eventually, and they don't know what content to put out, and you can't keep doing the same thing forever because people will get bored of that, you know. So it's like, how do you keep your channel fresh and alive and blah blah blah. It's like a lot of people aren't ready for that. A lot of people aren't ready for keeping themselves in the spotlight 24/7. It's a lot of work for anyone.
Oh, it's absolutely abhorrent. I mean, I don't know how some people do it, but I mean, good on it. It works for some people. Would I love to grow to have a consistent audience with YouTube? Sure. Will this be a career of mine? No. What would I like to do? I would like to do public relations full time. Will it happen? God only knows, but we'll play it by ear.
I mean,
But
well, and that's the thing though, is like a lot of people they see this as like a career choice, like there's no other options. But then there's people who like, I mean, I hate use myself as a reference, but it's like this is just a hobby for me because what I want to do is write books, you know. So it's like I have things to fall on if that doesn't work out. But a lot of these other people, they just want to make YouTube a career, but they don't realize how much work goes into it and how easy that can be taken away. And it's hard for a lot of people. So.
Yeah, but I mean, and that just once again, I just feel like some of these people don't understand the entire equation that goes into becoming YouTube or Twitch or streamer famous. So they're only focused on trying to build the clout up by doing these desperate ploys in order to get like, you know, to try and just compensate for something. And they think it's going to work out if they keep doing it. But it's like the boy that cried wolf. Eventually, they're going to stop. And that's why you and I unfollowed that particular cum sprout of the passive aggressive guilting.
Did you unfollow him too?
Oh, I unfollowed him a long time ago. The only time I ever see anything is when it's like so-and-so, 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 and 10 other people follow this person, and I immediately go in to see who he's tagged to go, okay, which poor sot has gotten just sucked in.
Yeah, I just honestly...
Although Meowjit has been pretty much taken out of the equation so far from some of the posts. I have not seen her in any of them recently.
That's funny. Good for her.
Well, she called him to task on something. I'm not going to go into details, but she actually did call him out. She posted it on our group chat.
Did she?
I think so. Yeah, she did. She posted it on our group chat a few days ago.
What? I don't remember seeing this.
I'm 99% sure she did because I'm pretty sure she did.
Okay,
not in the large one. In the VTTK
one. Okay, well,
in the VTKK one, yeah. Oh yeah, no, it's good. In the VTKK, it's good. It's a good one. Well, not entirely, but she did snap at him for something.
I don't remember seeing this.
I'll see after this. While this is rendering, I'll see if I can find it and send it to you.
Yeah, please.
But
I don't remember seeing that. That's awesome.
Oh, it's a good one. But okay, so we've been recording for about an hour now, so let's go ahead and wrap up. So do you have any final thoughts for the audience?
No, I got my dad mumbling drunk over there, so nothing to say.
Ugh. I mean, just all in all, just be consistent, be genuine, be yourself. Get rich quick schemes to think you're going to pad your clout. It's an uphill battle constantly.
And even when
don't
you make
just
it big,
take that from small. Go
no,
on, sorry.
Even when you make it big, it's still an uphill battle. The struggle never really ends.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't take it from us. Take it. There are videos, once again, by John Wolf and by Sinvicta that actually talk about the uphill battle and talk about what goes into it. So at the end of the day, you've just got to, you're the one that has to live with yourself at the end of the day. So if you are comfortable dealing with this backlash and dealing with the jerks, then good on you. But if you've got half a brain in your skull, just focus on what's right. Focus.
Yeah, I see
What's up?
saying.
Your sister?
Yeah.
She wants to meet you.
I'm busy.
So,
Yeah, you'll see her later.
anyway,
Sorry,
so
your video keeps getting ruined. I'm sorry.
no, it's this is another reason why we call it chasing the train wreck.
All right.
But once again, Thank you so much, Ray. I do appreciate you joining me on this Snark Fest. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, it's been fun. I can't wait to do more with you.
Oh yeah, baby.
Oh yeah. For those of y'all who still don't know Ray, what the hell are you doing? I'll put a link in the description below to her YouTube channel. Definitely check her out. She's hilarious. If you like dry, sarcastic, snark-filled rants, a lot of fun.
I do.
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah, definitely definitely subscribe to her. I definitely recommend her, and you'll see more movie reviews and more Chasing the Trainwreck episodes between us. As always, before I call it a night, if you like the Boogie Night Project and you want to find out more, I do have a Twitter page as well as a public Discord channel. Links to both of those are in the description below, as well as a link to my temporarily defunct Twitch page. And if you were so morbidly curious, I do have a Patreon. I won't go into details because I'd be a hypocrite. Otherwise, I hope y'all have a fantastic night. And we will catch y'all on the flip side, all right? Peace.
Bye.
Hey y'all, while my gratitude knows no bounds for every single bit of love and support y'all have shown for me over the years, there are a few people that I legitimately want to take a few minutes to thank for their unending help and support. First of all, obviously Christoph Frey, not just for being a sponsor of the Boogie Night Project, but also for letting me use his music from GABA Transistor in my streams, as well as him kind of coming up with his own little fragment for my new introduction to the Boogie Night Project. And speaking of introductions, the intro as well as my YouTube banner page were done by the amazing Oren. You might know him as Oren VDK, as well as Oren from Couple Cakes. Thank you so much, Oren. I really do appreciate the time you took to put together everything from the banner to the beautifully done introduction that merged perfectly with Christoph's music from GABA Transistor. So big thank you to them. And also, this would not be possible with the help of my extremely amazing patrons, both current and former, such as Lexi Kitty, Silverleaf, Barry Grave, Harkov, Jure, Larian, and Oren, as well as a few others that have come and gone over the years. Y'all, this would not be possible without your help and your support. I know I have not been able to provide much in the way of giving back in Patreon rewards, but I am in the process of revamping my Patreon as well as the rewards that I can do, so be prepared. I know I joke about it, saying that if you're morbidly fascinating, check it out, but if you do want to give to the Boogie Night Project, that is the easiest way to do so, and I am legitimately setting aside funds to buy more hardware for my computer, as well as making things look more professional. But once again, very big thank y'all to everybody who has supported me from the beginning all the way to the present, as well as those individuals that have gone out of their way to help. So once again, guys, thank you so much for all your constant love and support. My gratitude knows no bounds, and I'll catch you on the flip side, all right? Peace.